And we saved the best for last. Durn the Hungerer, arguably the most infamous elite in the entirety of Outlands. This guy is a problem, we just have to find him first. But yeah, he requires like a group of 5 people to do, so there it is. I have no idea if this is possible, I really hope that it is, but I'm just gonna let it rip and try to find a way to make this work. So the plan is the same as usual. I'm just gonna exorcism, try to kite, and create some distance with my horses. And oh my lord. Okay, this guy's fast, and he's immune to stuns. And he's... if I can out-sustain him, maybe... okay, never mind. This guy's hitting me for 2k a swing. And he resets. Okay, I'll be real with you. This guy fills 0 of the kiting criteria. He's too fast, he cannot be stunned, he hits for way too fast, way too much rather, and he resets after a short distance. I don't think this is possible, but I'll give it another shot. Maybe that was a statistical anomaly, you know? Okay, Durn, you're not getting off that easy. Time for a round 2. Yeah, this guy is like 4-shotting me without crits. Oh my lord, there's no way I can sustain this. And he's probably gonna reset here too, yeah. Okay, this is anticlimactic. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's no way, just no way. Even if I somehow was able to sustain the hits, his reset range being so low means that I cannot kite him out. As much as I would like to make this a grand triumphant story, the fact of the matter is we can't win them all, you know, so we just have to take the L on this one. And here it is, level 68, Northrend, the final continent, is officially unlocked. Now you might think that we're just immediately gonna head to Northrend now that it's open, but after that Durn the Hungerer fight I still have something to prove. So before we leave Outlands, I want to go to Netherstorm. I wanna take on the elite quests there, so I'm gonna do the wanted quest. That's gonna be some efficient XP, and it's going to be a nice way to really wrap up Outlands, because I need that W after that humiliation I experienced back there. And just like before, we're gonna do the good old twisting nether skip, so we're just gonna fly from Hellfire straight to the Netherstorm. And we're here in Kirinvar village, and this place technically doesn't really have elites, but this place has some crazy efficient quests, so I'm just gonna take a slight detour here and really knock this out of the park. And here's the best part, handing every quest in at once. I don't think this is ever going to get old for me, and we're gonna be about 7 bars into 68, which is very nice. Now we're gonna do the elites in Netherstorm, and then we'll move on to Northrend for real, for real. I'm also going out of my way to pick up every single nether bloom and other herb that I find in this zone, because we need them all to catch our alchemy up to Northern level before we move on. Okay, so this one is technically a group quest. It's suggested that you do it as a group of 3, but I guess it kinda depends on your class, but I'm gonna get this one done as well. So we basically smack this little pile of scraps around and try to get it down to 0 HP while the guards are trying to stop us. We kill the Fell Reaver scraps, we kill the guards, we take the heart out. All done in a day's work. Okay, I guess I do understand why this is a group quest. These guards keep spawning, but as a paladin I can just focus the Fell Reaver and mostly just cleave off with my AoE. So it's no biggie for me, but I can definitely see this one being rough for like a warrior who has no self-sustain. And these rewards are really interesting as well. I'm mostly looking at the War Praetor's eye patch. My current helm has like a lot of socket slots, but look at this. I think this just goes so hard visually that I don't even really care about my strength sockets. The dodge rating is kinda meh, but I just wanna... oh, it looks too cool to pass, yeah. And here's the first one of the actual elites, Arcane Annihilator. I remember this one being a problem back in the day, but then I was playing a warrior, now I'm playing a paladin, so I suspect that this one's not gonna be too tough. Yeah, that guy just folded over. I barely had to use anything, I just used my DPS trinket. But at least us with one final elite of Outlands, the Netherrock. Iconic for this zone, and we just gotta find him here first. And there he is, the big fella. We're just gonna let it rip without further ado, and we'll see how this goes. Yeah, I should really get an add-on for this, but I have to look up so I see his exact health percentage, because much like the Hellfire Golems, this one does the division at every 25% HP, so I wanna stun him before he hits 75. And there's the first division. I'm just gonna take this super slow and focus the ads down. That way I make sure I don't get overwhelmed. I don't think it's too necessary, but I mean, why not? Safety first. Okay, whatever, I'm just gonna burn this guy. He's so low, I might as well. I immediately broke my own rule, but who cares? Netherrock is down and we are officially done with Outlands. I just need to turn this quest in. Maybe there's a couple of gear upgrades, I can't remember, and well, we'll see. And the final hand in. No upgrades here, but it's not too upsetting because even if we did get anything, we would probably end up replacing them with Northrend greens. But yeah, that's Netherstorm done for me. It is now 2 AM. I was farming Netherbloom in Netherstorm after I got those quests done, and I think I have enough now to wrap up Outlands. I want to keep my professions up, so I did the same that I did before I moved on to Outlands. And I'm actually gonna make my way to Hellfire to the Alchemy Trainer, but I'm also going to make a pit stop here in Zangarmarsh because I want my Potion Mastery. So I'm gonna explain this really quickly for those who don't know. Alchemy has 3 masteries. You can be a Transmutation Master, a Potion Master, or a Flask Master. And all that this mastery means that when you're crafting something of these subslots, you have an extra chance to proc extra crafts. So let's say, usually I craft 1 super healing potion here. A Potion Master has the chance to craft 2 or 3 or even 5 per craft. And I'm gonna be needing a lot of potions for what I'm about to do at the max level, so it only makes sense for me to go Potion Master here. Okay, while I'm here at Hellfire doing my alchemy stuff, I kinda wanna pull off some tomfoolery here, so I think it would be poetic if we end the Outland saga where we started in Hellfire, fighting a fell river. No idea if this is gonna work, but I've done this before in original TBC, kiting one of these guys to Tralmar and the guards helped me, so I'm hoping that the guards really give me a hand once more. Hey, guards, please help me! Guarantee. They don't give a shit. Well, it was a good attempt, and look at him go. Just smug run away from Tralmar. Whatever. Good try, good try. I flew here to Bladeless Mountains doing the potion mastery thing. I learned the super mana potion recipe here, and then I kind of realized that I can't get the potion mastery done yet because I need to go on solo Botanica. So I figured I might as well do that later when I'm like max level. So right now I'll just stock up on some mana potions and then move on to Northrend. And now that we've caught up with professions, I also want to be caught up with my abilities. I'm gonna go learn my abilities up to level 68. I kinda have no idea if I have anything meaningful. I think I learned my abilities as like 62 last time, but I mean, we'll see. Maybe it is something. Yeah, not a bad haul. We got some offensive rank ups, some defensive rank ups. For offensive, we got Retribution Aura rank up, Hammer of Wrath, and Exorcism, and for the utility side of things we got Frost Resistance Aura rank up and a Flash of Light rank up. So pretty actually important abilities considering I'm constantly flashing of light with my Art of War procs. And one more thing while we're here, my bags are a mess, so I would like to get rid of some alchemy stuff and really just go to Northrend with an empty inventory. So I'll sort my banks and bags out really quickly here. And that's as good as it's gonna get. No more stalling, guys. I actually love the way I'm looking, right? Okay, I said no stalling, but just take a quick look at me before I head out. Oh my god, who is this guy? And while I'm running to the Zeppelin, take a look at this Northrend map right here. You see that there's Borean Tundra and Howling Fjords. I could go to either one of them because they actually made 2 starting zones to kinda reduce the clutter and rat launch. But I will start with Howling Fjord because I think it's way more comfy and it's way more enjoyable to watch. So Howling Fjord gamers, rise up. And we are off to the final destination, the final continent of the series. This land is where it all begins and ends. I am so excited. First steps into Northrend. I am so happy to be here. And even though it's a new land, some things will never change. We are going to find the quests and pick them up. Oh wait, this guy gives us a freebie quest as well. It's like a cooking quest. I've never had this before, but he's also a cooking trainer, and here we can see some of the first recipes that Northrend has to offer. These are not gonna be the best in slot ones, but Grandmaster Cook, it's nice to get that out of the way. And these are more or less the things that I'm going to be training my cooking with all the way to max level. And on the topic of Grandmasters, might as well grab the Herbalism and Alchemy Grandmasteries, so I can keep leveling them here in Northrend. And a couple of new potion recipes, nothing too impactful though, just something that we're gonna use as a stepping stone. And the first hand-ins of Northrend, 30k experience. I know Joyous Journeys is active, but damn, that feels good compared to Outlands, like I think it was 20k that I was getting, so very excited about that. The levels are gonna be flying in. And here we see the first native race to Northrend, the Vrykul rather, and we're gonna get really acquainted with these guys during this zone and the level 80 dungeons. Wait, we just... okay. I see something blue in the chat and I'm immediately excited, but this is just vendor trash for us because we're not a mage. Yeah, maybe that could sell in the auction house, but we're not gonna do that for obvious reasons. Oh, that cobalt ore next to me looks so tasty. I'm gonna need a lot of them for what I'm about to do later, but I don't have mining, so unfortunately I cannot mine them just yet. And that's gonna be the first real upgrade of Northrend, double the strength on these pants than my old ones. I lose crit and gain haste, which is nothing to be really happy about because crit is my main secondary stat, but the main stats alone make it so worth it. And level 69, we can all share a nice little laugh at the funny gamer number. And the talent point is going to be another one in Righteous Vengeance, making our damage over time effect stronger. Oh, we found one of the 4 emotion recipes. So basically you have angry, sad, happy, and I think it was like frightened, fearful, whatever. And if you eat all 4 of these, you get an achievement. They're useless otherwise, but it's just, you know, it's funny to have. Maybe we'll find all the 4, who knows. Oh, take a look at that bad boy. 10 gold plus the good quest gold. Oh, 20 gold and 37k experience. We take those. Back-to-back weapon quests gives us so much money. We love it. Oh, this is gonna be so nice when I need to buy my cold weather flying, etc. And we're done with Vengeance Landing, the first kind of sub-zone of Howling Fjord, and we get to take the big lift and go up, up, up. It's always a nice feeling, I don't know why, it's just, you know, one of those things that you think is cool as a child and it kind of carries over, but now I feel like Howling Fjord truly gets started. And in this little quest series we have some trouble with the Vrykul, so we're just gonna have to deal with them by, well, obviously impaling their 3 mini-bosses here. So I have to keep beating up this Vrykul until one of them spawns and repeat this 2 more times. And there's the first one, Ulf the Bloodletter. And quick work of that guy, and we'll just keep repeating this 2 more times. And the second one. And there's the third and final one. Wait, I forgot, I was supposed to be impaling these guys. Oh my lord. Is the second guy still there? Okay, he is, nice. I just have to do the first one again. It's not that... Okay, I have to do this 2 more times because of happy little accidents. Okay, there we go. That little maneuver cost us like 6 minutes, but you know, happens to the best of us. So this is a fun quest right here. The boss of these guys won't come down, so we have to like taunt him by shouting obscenities at him and bait him to a little ambush.
Hey! Guess what I did last night? Don't you fucking bring my mother into this! My mother!
And now we just guide him to the ambush camp, and this guy should poison him and he should die pretty fast. Okay, finally he does it. He's supposed to be doing that immediately, but we just took him down to like 50% health for no reason. But that's the quest done, and we get some nice rewards as well. And look at that, plus 12 strength and some haste, and we look like an absolute beast. We go from the coolest helm to arguably one of the most ugliest, but this is what the folks in RuneScape would call fashion escape. Holy, I am looking like a beast. And a beautiful little tiger lily here. And these are, we actually have a gold clover next to it as well. Both of these are the first herbs that we find in Northrend, and I'm gonna need a bunch of these to level up my alchemy, so I'll be happily gathering everything that I see here. And we're making our way to the second big horde quest hub in Fjord, this being Camp Winterhoof. A lot of concentrated quests here, which are pretty efficient to do as well. Some of them are a bit more painful, some a bit less, but you know. We just love seeing quests in one place, and as always, new area, new quests. Will he pick them up? Find out. And the first set of quests to hand in, and I'm excited about this because we are inching closer towards level 70, which is going to be a big power spike for us because we are about to get Avenging Wrath, our first actual DPS cooldown, and also one of the coolest looking abilities in the game. But we're still 3 bars away from 70, so I'm not going to spoil how it looks just yet. You know, this quest is kinda fucked up. We mimic a female yeti to call a male yeti here. He hears the female calls, neurons fire up in his brain, and it just turns out to be a blood elf who's ready to slay him. Yeah, you can't do that. Blizzard, come on. Ooh, 2.5k, that has to be my biggest Hammer of Wrath to date. I just one-shot that guy from 20%. So you might think that this trinket choice is obvious because of the item level difference, but it's actually kinda close because I don't like double on-use trinkets. But then again, 328 attack power that I can chain with Blade Fist. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously this one, but it's just a personal preference thing. I also like the hit rating Rune of the Guard Captain gives me, but we'll go with the double on use, we'll figure it out. Okay, here we actually have the first challenging quest. These rune stone giants hit like trucks if they reach us. They have some, if I remember correctly, they have armor shred abilities and whatnot. They have stun, so I have to just kite and keep my distance as you know I like to do. So we'll see how this goes. I hope that they're not too fast. They seem to have the same movement speed as I do, and they're stunnable, so this should be very much doable. Here you see the stun and the dot that they put on you. This magic effect is eating me alive right now. So yeah, this is why we keep our distance, because the moment these guys touches you, you're like 100 to 0 in 3. It's kinda crazy. I have to make sure that I keep them in combat and that I don't run into anything else, but as soon as I make it to these mountains, I should have plenty of room to kite. Gonna go in for a stun and a cheeky finisher, try to push them into the Avenging Wrath, or Hammer of Wrath range rather, and I did, so this should be done in 2 more seconds. There we are. And I want to catch this second giant that's patrolling here, because these are actually kinda annoying to find. They're not like everywhere, so I'll just immediately pull this one and start the combat. And that's gonna be the second stone giant down. I'm just running NASCAR laps in this snowy area because it's so much room for me to work with. The third one falls and we hit level 70 in style. I love seeing those level achievements, just a nice sense of progression. Now at 70 we have some big power spikes available to us, and speaking of which, I wanna test Seal of Command. Maybe at this point it's more worth it for cleaving. I doubt it, but I kinda don't have any meaningful talent points to spend my points on anyway, so we'll see, we can always respec. And that's the final giant down, GG's. Oh yeah, here's another race native to Northrend, the Iron Dwarves. Correct me if I'm wrong, but these are what dwarves used to be before they got affected by the curse of flesh and turned into regular dwarves that we know today. So these are the real OGs. Okay, I got all the quests done here, and instead of running to hand them in, I'm so close to Vengeance Landing, I might as well just take the trip there and go take my level 70 power spikes. So I'm gonna make a stop by Silver Moon City here, because yeah, like I said, very fast to do so right now. And here, showcasing yet another reason to roll a paladin. Just look at this. You wish you could do that, huh? Oh, the Zeppelin is right there too. Oh, I hope I make it. This is the classic. It's about to leave the moment I'm there. This happens to every WoW player once in their lives. Okay, not even close. Whoo! Come on! And we're back at the usual hangout. Oh, just how many times have we been here? And now it's time to see what kind of treats does the Paladin trainer have for us. Oh, we have some nice upgrades. Blessing of Might increases one of the biggest damage increases, but here it is, the Avenging Rat. 20% increased damage and healing for 20 seconds, so nice. Everything else is kinda meh here, just basic utility upgrades. And a little bit of oomph on our AoE with Holy Wrath and Consecration, not too bad.